that should have been for me. That would have been for me. It was better when it was me. It would have been better if that was for me. Do you feel that person is not worth it? Do you feel that person did not earn what he or she got? Do you think he or she doesn't deserve it? You think you are the only one that deserves good things? Hello, Norristerals. Hello, Norristerals. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For new subscribers, you're welcome. Join the family. For returning subscribers, I won't stop saying thank you very much. Gracias. So on today's edition, we are going to be discussing about signs to know if you are the toxic one. So if that is what you're here for, stay tuned as we get straight right into the video. So yeah, it's always easy, it's always common to hear people talking about toxic, cut people out, respect yourself, love yourself, keeps going on and on. So it's not uncommon to hear people talking about other people, talking about how bad people treat them, how they want to cut people off, especially New Year. When New Year is approaching, you hear many people saying New Year resolution, they want to cut fake friends, fake family and all that. But what if you are the toxic one? Have you given a thought to that? So we are going to be discussing 5 signs to use and examine yourself. You know, the conscience works. You can deceive any other person, but you sure cannot deceive yourself. So this video is for you to self-examine yourself. This is for no one to tell you that this or that. This is for you yourself to examine yourself, to get to know if you are the toxic one. I'm sure, yeah, we are humans, we are living in this world, we keep meeting people from time to time. We meet toxic people here, we meet bad people, we meet good and genuine people. But what if at some point we meet good people and we are the ones acting toxic, we are the ones acting bad? So the first one we are going to be discussing today, the first point is you think every other person aside you is the problem. Whatsoever it is, be it mutual relationship, be it work relationship, be it romantic relationship, you are always at the right. You always think you are the right. You are always the one, the right. You don't make mistake. You are perfect. You are never wrong. Every other person, except yourself, of course, every other person is wrong. Every other person have problem. In fact, anytime anything happens, others are the cause, not you. You don't ever blame yourself. That could be a sign to show that you are the toxic one. So you keep blaming others for what is happening to you, to what is happening to them, to what is just happening around. You keep blaming every other person other than yourself. Just imagine having a relationship where you end up dating the first person, and after 5 months relationship goes up. He stopped calling you. Pattern number 1. Pattern number 2, you started dating another person, and around that time maybe this one was able to reach like 6-7 months, and before you know it, the person, the same way the other person left, this other person just stopped talking to you. Pattern number 2, like similar pattern, the same pattern. Before you know, the 3rd relationship, 4th relationship, 5th relationship, and all of them just silently shift from you, or silently just move without telling you anything. And all of them just silently move, just silently leave without giving you no notice, without telling you anything, without leaving you a goodbye message or something. You will have had about 6-7 relationships ended in that way. Don't you think it's now a pattern and something should be looked into? It definitely cannot be the wrong or the fault of all those other 6 people that left. Have you sat down to ask, what are you doing to make these people just leave you the way they do? So it's very, very possible that you might be the toxic one, and until you take a pause, you will never know. Tip to help you know that: your friends, your close ones that are around you, your close loved ones like your friends, your family, some that are close to you, why not get to ask them on a fair ground? Ask them, today is a truth day. Tell me anything you want to tell me about myself. I promise you I will not get mad and I will not hold on to it. It works for me. I don't know about you, but you have to keep to your promise. It's not as if you tell your spouse or your friend to tell you what they think is wrong with you, some things that you need to do right. After telling you, you now carry face for them, you now get angry. Next time, they will not give you such honest feedback. So you have to be true to your word. When you promise that you are not getting angry, mean it and do not get angry. Guess what? The more you get to know your faults, the more better you can improve yourself. So we are moving to the second point, and the second point is you think you can do it better. Yeah, I know from time to time we need a little bit of praise, from others. If you're not able to get, of course, you can praise yourself. It's allowed. But what if that is now your routine? What if that becomes a pattern? What if it's now a trend that you keep on doing every single time? You think you are the only one qualified for that job. You think you are the only one qualified to do that thing. Okay, in a case where there's let me say like you can't be a good team player. You can't be a good team member in this kind of situation, because by the time you have a group work, you have a group project, you end up wanting to do everything because you feel if you do it, you do it better. No any other person can do it better than you. So for that reason, you want to write, you want to copy, you want to video, you want to edit, you want to do everything. Meanwhile, there are other people just waiting in line, thinking where they can come in, what they can do. You just want to do everything because you think you do it better. Or you're at home sometimes, something that needs to be done, you'll be like, okay, so person is already doing. No, don't worry, just leave it. Don't worry, just go and rest, I will do it. So what if you are the toxic one and you keep making people around you feel they can't do it better as you can? So that might be a sign, and you really need to work on it. A tip to help you get over this is communication. Ask people dear to you, your friends, your relatives, your close ones. Ask them, do I make you feel inadequate from time to time? Do I make you feel inadequate sometimes? What are those things that I do that make you feel as if I'm giving you the impression that you are not fit for a particular task? Do I ever make you feel this way? If you keep asking such questions, such honest questions, and ask for honest feedback, you get to know where you need improvement. The third point to know if you are the toxic one is, are you jealous? Yeah, this life is full of lots and lots of things, lots and lots of opportunities. How do you feel if another person is thriving? How do you feel? Especially not just any other person, but someone close to you. Your friend, your family member, how do you feel? Do you always think, no, that should have been me. That should have been for me. That would have been for me. It was better when it was me. It would have been better if that was for me. Do you feel that person is not worth it? Do you feel that person did not earn what he or she got? Do you think he or she doesn't deserve it? You think you are the only one that deserves good things. And whenever such happens to others, you are not happy with them. It's possible you are strong at this, you are so crafted in it that you can manage to hide your emotions. With time, like, congratulations. And trust me, we ladies, many of us, we can hug you and give you a big smile. Meanwhile, deep down, what is happening? Deep down, are you really happy for that person? Deep down, do you wish what that person just got be for you? If you have jealousy rooted deep, you might be that toxic person that people need to get away from or shift from, instead of you always thinking on how to leave people. So a little tip to help you with this aspect, if you discover you have a little trace of it, why not learn to appreciate what you have? Why not learn to be happy for others? Why not think it this way? Like, think it on a general term. If something happens to your friend or your family member, why not say, okay, I want to think of it this way, Nora. I want to be positive about this. I will think of it this way. I'll be like, Nora, what if this good doesn't come to my friend? What if this good didn't go to my relative? Would I have thought I needed such? So by the time you weigh such, by the time you ask yourself certain questions, you will know that other than the thing not just being there, it's better that it was gotten by your friend or your relative. Did you really get the comparison? While growing up, being a twin, we always get that tussle from time to time. My father, when he was alive then, always had the way of striking a balance. So whenever he was eating, no matter the quantity of food we eat, we must wait for his own. Like, there's just something special about that this food. You might have more food in the pot, you might have whatsoever, but we must eat from daddy's plate. So at the end of the day, what happens is, most time my dad, and he already knows this, so this is just more like a standard practice. Whenever he comes to eat, he will sit down And on eating, as if my mom already is aware, so she too always add a little bit of extra portion because my dad doesn't eat that much. So on eating and reaching the stage where he feels he wants to stop, he will now call us. Sometimes it might be the meat, it might be the fish. He'll just share a little, but something, we must take something from the plate. So when it is being shared in two, one of the other person will come and pick, one of the other person will come and pick. Do you know that sometimes we could go to the point of even getting angry to see whose own is bigger than the other? So my dad at some point had to call us, talk to us and all that. But the point I'm trying to make is, let's just imagine that fish or that meat or that remaining food my father kept. Let's just imagine that instead of him giving us, what if he had eaten it? If he had eaten it, of course, neither I nor my twin brother would have gotten it. And I'm sure we would have just been fine. But the fact that he shared it, we even are privileged to have it, but because of humans that we are and the ungrateful spirit that is in us, we are even comparing whose own is better. I don't know if you get. So at the end of the day, why not be happy that we're privileged to even get from that food, from that fish, instead of trying to compare whose own is bigger? Because if my father had taken all his food, if he had taken everything completely, none of us would have gotten, and I'm sure we would have been living our life just fine. So that is just the analysis I was trying to bring out in terms of jealousy. Whenever something good happens to your friend or your family member, always think about it. That what if this good did not come to them? Would I have thought that I needed such in my life? Was I not living just fine before such happened to someone else? So the fact that such happened to someone else means I can still continue living my own life, and hopefully you can get other things you wish for. So that is what has been helping me to stay off jealousy. I always think, what if this good did not come to my sister? What if this good did not come to my friend? Would I not have lived my normal life? Before then, was I not living my normal life? Did I ever think I needed such? And even if there's some situations that, okay, you might be hoping to get a new shoe and eventually your sister or your friend was able to get it, it's not your own. If you always put that in your head, it helps a whole lot. So that is the tip that I've been using so far, and it has really been helping me. So we are moving to the other point. The next point is manipulative. You are being manipulative. You want to make sure people do things the way, when, how you want it done. This might take you to the point of even blackmailing people. You blackmail them. Oh, if you don't do this, I'll do this. If you don't do this, I'll do this. In fact, it might mean restricting certain things that you naturally are supposed to give to these people. For instance, if you are a partner with such person, a manipulative person might end up not calling you because you refuse to do things the way he or she is asking you to. And if at the end of the day you end up calling them, such manipulative person might end up not picking the call. So let's turn it the other way now, since we're talking about you being the manipulative person. So what if whenever you have an argument with your friend or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your wife or your husband, you don't want to talk to them, you are giving them silent treatment because, okay, you don't want to do it my way, then forget it. You just forget it until you come to terms with it. I'm done with this. If you're always giving out that vibe, then you might be the manipulative one. And because of that, you might go about lying. You might do things that you never knew you were capable of doing. So being manipulative might show that you are the toxic one. One of the tips to help you cope with this is, why not take a deep breath? Withdraw, come back. For one, we are human beings. And for two, we are adults. I'm sure you will not go about dating an immature person, someone that is not yet an adult. So we are humans. Aside the fact that we are humans, we are adults. We are capable and should be allowed to make our own decisions. So that for you to just be manipulative and shut the door when people don't get to hear you or people don't get to do things exactly as you want them to do, why not ask them questions? Okay, this is what I want. This is what you're saying you want. Why do you think this would work? What are your reasons for refusing this? What are your reasons for accepting this? And why not ask questions? Get to know. And guess what? With time, with more discussion, you might get to understand that it's possible that person's opinion is even way better and it might even help out more than the one you are suggesting. So if you get to ask questions, calm down and allow people explain themselves, you might be less manipulative and become less toxic. We are moving to the next point. The next point is the need for control. Yeah. I want once Nora show like this, everyone should know that Nora don't come. In that committee they formed for us to delegate, to deliberate on some matters. I want to be deciding. I want to rule in such committee. Always, I must be the leader. I must, if I'm not the president, I have to be the president of that group. I have to be the chairman of that group. It's me or no one else. Need for control will make you display all the signs we've spoken about. Need for control is what makes some husbands end up beating their wives. Need for control makes some wives beating their husband. Need for control make you end up doing things that you never knew you are capable of. So you have to really watch it. You have to really watch it. You always want to boss around. You are the only one that, your suggestions are the best. No one is an island of knowledge. Always remember that. And don't forget, pride is before a crash. So as much as possible, why not get to listen to people? Why not get to listen to people and know that we are all specialists in different areas. We are all specialists in different areas. If I come to your field, I need to learn from you. If the other person comes to my field, he or she needs to learn from me. And until we accept diversity, we will have a lot of issues. So you can be a master of all. You cannot be a master of all. You cannot be a master of all. So why not learn to learn from others? Learn to learn from others, and until you come down from your high horse, you never can do this. And guess what? Your knowledge will be only limited. Your knowledge will only remain limited because by the time new things are being discussed, new things are being passed, you've already blocked your mind because you're like juggling around. I know it, I do it better, I know it, I do it better. So the new things, the new ways of doing things all keep passing because you've already blocked your mind that I can't be taught anymore. I can't learn anything new. And for that, you remain where you are. And most of the time, you end up assuming certain things and you keep on lying to yourself. So in as much as we discuss all of this, no one can truly tell you if you are a toxic person. But guess what? You cannot lie to yourself. So no matter who you are, no matter what you are, no matter the traits you have, no matter what you display, you cannot deceive yourself. So say the truth to yourself, examine yourself, and know if you are the toxic one. If you are the toxic one, all hope is not lost. You always have ways to improve yourself. You always have room to improve yourself. They say the biggest room in the world is room for what? Accommodation. So why not learn to accommodate people the more? And you might end up sustaining relationship longer. Thank you so much for staying up to this stage of the program. If you are watching up to now and you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Press that red subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload, YouTube gets to show you. Join this wonderful family. Join this beautiful family. Or are we not beautiful enough? Join us for more discussion as we keep on discussing about events, about things that happen to us here in this journey called life. Join us. If this video was helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to drop your comment if you have anything you think I left out, and don't forget to also share to that friend, share to that relative that might benefit from this video. Until some other time, before then, try and click the video on display so that you get to watch. Thank you so much, Naristeras. Thank you so much for staying through all the time. Until some other time, for now, bye.